Hi, I'm Sofia Bernardi, mindset and business coach supporting ambitious new and rising coaches to master their mindset, create an aligned and profitable strategy, and grow a six-figure business and beyond using the Rising Coach method. I built a $500,000 business by the age of 24, and in this podcast, I will teach you the psychology, strategy, and energetics to do the same. Let's dive in. Hello, and welcome to this week's episode on Rising Coaches with Sofia Bernardi. Guys, I'm so excited. For those of you that don't know, we actually upload the podcast episode in video form that shows both on Spotify and on YouTube. So if you can see me, you will see that I'm in a different location because, my friends, I have now moved interstate to Queensland in Brisbane with my beautiful boyfriend, Geordie, and I can't believe we're here. To be honest, we moved here about 3 weeks ago, but because I'm so freaking organized with the podcast, I've had to wait for all of these episodes to come out before I could get you up to scratch with this life update. So we've been here for about 3 weeks. I'm actually going to stop being so organized with the podcast so that the stories that I share on the podcast are a little bit more in real time to make it, make sense, because one of the podcasts that came out, today for me, but again for you would have been a few weeks ago, was like recorded back in February and it's now June. And I was like, okay, Sophia, you're too organized at this point. Chill out. So I'm going to be just taking a chill pill so that these episodes are a little bit more in the moment. I think they'll be way more impactful that way. Otherwise, one day what's going to happen is I would have recorded all of these amazing episodes and then they won't be relevant by the time they come out, and I'll be really annoyed at myself and I'll have to re-record, and then it defeats the whole purpose. So I'm going to be more in the moment with the podcast, basically. Isn't that so funny when you have a problem of being too organized? Like, what even is my life? Anyways, so happy we're here. So quick backstory, Geordie runs his own technology startup company and he's been flying back and forth between Adelaide and Brisbane, for the last year, really. He's been here quite a lot. And so it's been under discussion that we would maybe move interstate. And late last year, we sort of discussed back and forth and decided that it was something that we really wanted to do. And so we very slowly started to take some small actions in place. I started selling some things that we no longer needed in Adelaide, just in case we were to find a place, we were to move, and then, we would have all this stuff to do. Like, I just wanted to be a bit organized. But again, I was too organized. Oh my God, that's the thing. And I ended up selling so much stuff because I truly became addicted to Facebook Marketplace selling. I'm not even joking. I sold so much of our stuff that for like 4 or 5 months we were eating our dinner on the floor every night on our coffee table. Like, it was ridiculous. But do you know what? We loved it. We had a ball. It was fine. So I sold heaps of stuff, but then I was like, how the heck do you move interstate? Like, how does one begin that process? Because to go look at places, you obviously need to fly to the place that you want to go to. And I just thought, oh, this is going to be a lot of work. And everyone was telling me that, like, the market is crazy, you're going to struggle to find a place, blah, blah, blah. So I was pretty nervous, but anyways, it was then in April, maybe end of April, early May, I can't really remember now, we decided to just book a trip up to Queensland and spend a week together where we would just casually look at some places in a particular suburb here in Brisbane that has been highly recommended to us. So for everyone that recommended suburbs to me, like, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It made the world of a difference. And so, to be honest, we only really looked in one area because every single person we spoke to recommended this area, which I find crazy in of itself because, in my opinion, Brisbane is quite big. But anyways, so we came here for a week. We booked an Airbnb. We booked a couple, actually, just to change it up a little bit. And we just casually started looking at some places. And we quoted for above our, budget, I suppose, because it's more expensive to live here in Brisbane than it is in Adelaide. So we, put our price up, I suppose, of what we were looking for. This was to rent, by the way. and we just casually looked at a few places, and some of them were nice, but there was always just like one thing not right. Like either the laundry was too small, or there was only one room instead of two rooms, like all these little things. It was just like one thing wasn't right. And I started to think like, oh, do we need to settle to be able to find a place? Or is it our dream place for this price point out there? Anyways, one day we were, looking at places, and we came into this place that I'm in now. And it was the first thing I said to Geordie. I was like, Geordie, we're going to live here. I'm going to manifest this place. Like, this is our place. This is where I want to live. It was like a full body fuck yes for me. I was like, yes, yes, yes. And I just fell in love. Anyways, went home. I've never applied for a place, to be honest. Like, I've been so freaking lucky when it comes to places to live up until now. Like, I house sat some incredible houses for long periods of times through like people I knew with Geordie. So we lived in like big houses for very, very minimal money, which was so, so good when you're in your early 20s. So we've had some awesome house sitting gigs, and everywhere else I rented, it's because I knew the person. So I was super lucky. And so I'd never had to go through like the proper process of applying for a place. And I wasn't sure if our application would be very good, to be honest, because we're both business owners, and I wasn't sure if that's a good thing or not. Some people could see that as quite uncertain, and Geordie runs a technology startup company and all of these sorts of things. So I was like, I don't know how good our application is. So I was just very upfront and honest, like, here's how much money I make. Like, my accountants gave a really great referral letter or whatever, and they just said some really kind things, and the places where we have lived said some nice things, and I was really straightforward in my application. And I kid you not, guys, 24 hours later, we got it. I couldn't believe it, and at the same time I could. And I went into shock. Like, I actually froze that day, and I remember being like, I don't know how I'm supposed to feel right now. Like, I'm both sad that means I'm leaving Adelaide, where my beautiful family is and my friends, and I'm really excited because I got the very place I asked for, and I've always wanted to move to Queensland, Australia. Like, if there was anywhere else to live in the world other than Adelaide, or in Australia, should I say, it's Queensland. It always has been. And I don't think I would live anywhere else in Australia. Potentially Perth. And it's funny I say that because I've never actually been there, but I can just get the vibe. I've been everywhere else though, and I wouldn't live there. So Queensland, I would live. And guys, I'm obsessed, but I'll get into that in a bit. And so yeah, we got the place. That day I just went into full shock. I was like, I don't know what emotion to feel right now. It was a really interesting feeling. I remember it like it was yesterday, and it was probably like a month and a half ago at this point, or 2 months ago even. Yikes, time flies. And so that was that. We flew back to Adelaide, and then all of a sudden I was just making all of these phone calls, like removalists, and letting our landlord know, and like all of these things. It was very chaotic, but then I kept trying to reframe my mind to like, this doesn't have to be chaotic. This gets to be organized and seamless. And so when I started to shift my mindset, I started to feel a lot better. Yes, there was a lot to do, and it was an interesting couple of weeks because like one by one, we started having even less furniture than we already did, to the point that my friend had to give us like this like really good quality blow up mattress that we slept on for like a week and a half. And we just started eating out most nights because we had packed everything. And yeah, it was crazy times. And so, yeah, I made all of these phone calls, cancelled electricity, gas, Wi-Fi, blah, blah, blah. It was a lot going on. And we got everything shipped up here to Queensland. And so that was going to take 2 weeks. So we sort of stayed in this interesting position for 2 weeks in Adelaide without any furniture, because it was all being, transported to Queensland. And so, we were all over the place. But then once it all arrived, we flew up here, and here we are. And very slowly, actually very quickly, when all of our belongings arrived, I had set up the whole place within that day. But then there were definitely bits of furniture that we needed to buy because I had sold so much. And so, over the last couple of weeks while we've been here, I reckon we've been here about 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah, maybe a bit in between that. And I had to buy heaps of stuff because I sold heaps of stuff, and it's been slowly coming in. And today our final piece of furniture came in, which was our dining table set, and I am so obsessed. If you follow me on Instagram, you will have seen all of my time lapses and Instagram story updates on all of my furniture. I cannot stop. It's been so funny. So I love our place and I love Brisbane. I am so obsessed. It's warmer here. The sun's always out. This is like my dream home for this stage in my life. Of course, it's not like a house that we own or anything. But it's a beautiful, beautiful unit. Like, I can see the river. I can see the city. I've got the most incredible view of nature as well. It's so spacious and I can't even explain it. I just love it. I love it, love it, love it. It's my dream and I feel so grateful. And, you know, what I'm going to be talking to you guys about in today's episode is actually relevant to this story, by the way. Hence, I'm giving you all the context. And the other reason I'm telling you is because when I find a podcast I love listening to like them just talk about their life. So I hope you like this. Please let me know. And so I just love it here. And yeah, that's really all I have to say. I feel like I'm up leveling as a human being. You know, when you change your environment, I just feel like your life changes in some shape or form. And I feel like I've been, you know, upgrading so many areas of my life, not just my external belongings. Like, I've never really been a very materialistic person. So I've never valued spending heaps of money on things. But now that I have the opportunity, I suppose, to repurchase things, I have definitely upgraded, you know, the quality of the things that we own, because I just feel like that's the stage of life we're entering in. You know, I'm very much a quality over quantity person as well. So, you know, it's been nice to just up level my environment, and I feel like that just naturally shifts who you are as well. Obviously not the core of you, but definitely, you know, certain aspects of you. And I feel this up level in my business as well because of that. And you also take action based on your environment. And here in Brisbane, everyone is just so fit and healthy. Everyone is exercising every morning and evening. Like, everyone's so kind and vibrant and energetic and healthy. And I'm just becoming more healthy. Like, I'm going for walks for 2 hours a day, you know, early in the morning, late at night. Like, it's just a vibe here. You can do that. And it's just incredible. I love walking by the water every single morning. That's another thing everyone that follows me on Instagram has been seeing, just like my daily walks, because that's often when I like talk my Instagram stories and add value for the day and things like that. So I've loved it. And I was really, really nervous about moving here because I actually had something to lose for once. Like, I had family and friends to lose. Like, and lose is a funny word because I haven't actually lost them, right? But I have my best friends in Adelaide and my incredible family. And, you know, I was like sad to leave that. And there was a time where I didn't feel like I had many friends and I didn't feel like I really fit in anywhere. And so to finally have that feeling, it's a beautiful thing, right? So it was very bittersweet. That was honestly the summary of the whole experience, is it was bittersweet. It was bitter to leave people, but it was sweet to like go to the place that I really want to live and all the incredible opportunities that are going to come my way because of that. So yeah, it's been an interesting time, and I thought I was going to be extremely sad and not a fun mood because of the move, like just to transition. And because when I moved from Denmark back to Australia, and when I moved from Australia to Denmark, that was a very traumatic experience. But what I needed to keep reminding myself was, my circumstances are not the same as then. I'm older, I'm wiser, I'm smarter, I'm moving for different reasons. My whole life and reality is so different to when I had to go through that experience as a teenager. And so I feel like, I think my brain thought, oh, moving equals that experience. But what I had to remind myself is it doesn't need to be that way. And so it wasn't that way. And I've been fine. I honestly thought I was going to have some come down, and maybe I just haven't been here long enough, maybe in a few months' time. But honestly, I feel so settled and regulated and happy here. It's honestly a strange feeling. I thought it would be way more difficult, but maybe it's just because it's early days and it's been exciting, you know, setting up the place, things arriving, you know, I've been in contact heaps with my friends and family, you know, every single day and things like that. And because of the coaching industry, I know quite a few people here in Brisbane. So I've already got a couple of friends, some which live close to me and things like that. So I guess that has all really, really helped. So that's my little life updates. By the time you listen to this, I would have been here for a couple of months. And then, after this episode, I'm really going to try and be more in the moment with my recordings so that you get the real-time life updates, basically. We'll see how we go, because I am an organized person and I have a lot of freedom because of my organization. So we'll see. But that's definitely something I'm wanting to do a little bit more of, because I think, being organized like 10 plus weeks in advance is it's a lot, right? It's unnecessary, I think. So yes, that is that. That's my life update. Is I moved from Adelaide to Brisbane with my boyfriend, and I'm obsessed. That being said, I also know that because I make a lot of money in my business now, I have good savings and good amounts of money coming in that I can always fly back to Adelaide whenever I want. And I'm already flying back there tomorrow because we have Geordie's sister's 21st, which I'm really excited for. So I'll be going there for a week and I'll see all my friends and family again. So I know that whenever I need to go back to Adelaide to see my friends and my family, I can do so. It's a 2-hour flight. It's affordable and it's easy to do that. So that's what kind of keeps me grounded, is knowing that, I'm never really, I'm never really that far away. And then next month I'm going on holiday with all of my friends from Adelaide. It's all going to be fine. So really happy about that. That's the life update. Wow, that was a huge life update. I'm so sorry. If you're still listening, wow, you're an OG. Okay, but interrupting this podcast episode quickly to talk to you about my program, Rise to Coach. Rise to Coach is a lifetime access, self-paced, and money-back guarantee program to help you start and make money as a coach or service provider. This is the online program where I'm going to teach you the rock solid foundations you need from scratch and how to sign clients on repeat. This is perfect if you are time poor, you're on a budget, or just starting out. I have done my very best to make Rise to Coach so extremely accessible so you can get everything you need in one place when you're just starting out. You get lifetime updates, you get a monthly live Q&A call in the Facebook community. You can also connect with others and ask me questions any day you want in the Facebook community, and I'll get back to you ASAP, along with quarterly virtual workshops. There is so much support and accountability and depth in Rise to Coach, and I'm so extremely proud of this program because it has helped so many people just starting out to create an aligned strategy to feel good and balanced and not lose their life in the process of growing and starting their business. So if this is calling you, then I highly recommend you head to sofiarosebernardi.com/rise to coach and join today. I promise it's relevant because what I'm talking to you about in this episode is 5 ways running online events to grow my business has changed my life. And part of the whole moving situation is, really relevant to this topic because I've been really sitting in so much gratitude and appreciation for my life recently, for the freedom and the flexibility that I truly have that has allowed me to move and do all of these things without my business being affected at all. And that's what online events has allowed me to do. So I really want to speak into that. So I'm going to share with you 5 ways that running events as my primary marketing strategy has changed my actual life. So not even just my business, but just my life. So the first thing is that it's given me a lot of time freedom. So because I run typically around about one event, every month to 2 months, like it sort of spans out over the course of a little bit over a month. So because I run an event, just one event, really that's my delivery time. Yes, I'm creating and posting content all in between that, but really I just need to run one event per month, and that's where my sales all come from. So instead of being in people's inboxes all day, every day, and instead of cold DMing people and being on back-to-back sales calls and having to manage a large team to scale, all I need to do is run one event per month. And that's really sustainable, really simple, and really scalable for me. And it's given me a lot of time freedom. On top of that, I will say the other aspect in which I have a lot of time freedom is because I run group programs as opposed to one-on-one coaching. So the combination of group coaching and running events, I have so much time. Like my calendar is just free most days, which I find super, super cool. So that's the first thing, is time freedom. I, yes, had to work my way up to that. It's not like I just started running events and then all of a sudden I just had so much time freedom. Like you do need to work your way up to that. But that's what I teach my clients to do so that they can have that as well. The second thing is it's given me a lot of financial freedom. So because running online impactful events is so powerful and so impactful, a lot of people love them. Like it attracts people, it nurtures them, and it converts them. And so then people purchase my programs off the back of these events, and that has created so much financial freedom for me. On top of that, I'm not the type of coach that's like, you have to pay up full 50%. Like I'm not about that. I'm all about sustainability and about being as inclusive as I possibly can. And so I offer like pretty flexible payment plans for most of my programs. And because of that, I have a really strong reoccurring revenue, which has created a lot of financial freedom, because instead of quote unquote starting at zero at the beginning of every month, which was very much my mentality when I first started business, was like, oh, I just had a 10K month, but now it's the 1st of July and I'm back at zero, and I was in all this scarcity. Like, whereas now, because of the reoccurring revenue, like that stacked income that just builds every month after an event, I have a really, really strong reoccurring revenue, which has created a lot of financial freedom and security. Like I know that a minimum of like, let's just say $30,000+ is coming into my bank account, even if I did nothing, just because of the payment plans. So I found that to be really beneficial. And yeah, because so many people join after my events, like it just builds this really strong cash flow. So really happy about that. And obviously with financial freedom comes lots of life-changing opportunities in your life, like going on holidays and flying wherever you want, and, you know, having a beautiful home and environment, or whatever you value and want to spend money on, you can. My favorite thing to spend money on is my own growth. Like I'm always have a coach, always working on myself in some shape or form, dependent on what's coming up for me. And then the second thing is experiences. I love quality time with the people I love most. So whether that's traveling or holidays or trying new things, I just love experiences. Like I said, I'm not the most materialistic person. I value nice things, but at the same time, not really. Like I'm not all about all the brands, all that sort of stuff. Like nothing wrong with that. And I'm not saying I'll never be interested in that, but right now, like I'm just not, and I haven't been really all my life. So I find myself not investing money in like things as much, unless I truly need it and desire it, and more so investing my money on like quality time with the people I love the most and giving back in lots of shapes and forms. And running online impactful events, because they're so scalable, has given me that financial freedom to do so. Number 3 is that it's given me a lot of fulfillment, because the strategy I follow helps others regardless of whether they sign up to my program or not. So if your marketing strategy is like cold DMing people or waiting for people to come to you, or I don't know, like ads or whatever, I'm not saying it doesn't work. It does work. They all work. All strategies work, really. Like maybe some better than others, faster than others, and so forth. But like all the strategies work. But I just find personally that some are more rewarding and fulfilling than others. When I used to like message people and stuff like that, because when I first started my business, like I worked with a very masculine male coach that like taught me these strategies of like, you've got to message people that like your posts and stuff like this. And I just don't do that anymore. But when I did, like, sure, it worked. I got the sales calls, I got the clients, but did I go to bed at the end of the day feeling like, wow, I really helped people today? Like, not really, not from all that back and forth messaging and sales calls. Like, but when I run events, I really feel like I actually am helping people. I'm constantly giving out so much value, and these people are coming to me, and that just feels really, really fulfilling. So knowing that the strategy that I've chosen actually helps people, whether they sign up to my program or not, it's like really, really cool. Obviously, people are going to have the most deep support and results when they join my programs, but it's pretty cool to know that my core strategy is just like actually genuinely helps people. Number 4 is that it's allowed me to prioritize all areas of my life. And this is really why I wanted to share my story today on moving interstate, because this is where I really started to sink into the deep gratitude towards like the business and the life that I've created. Because I run events and like I said, it gives me a lot of time freedom, I'm able to really focus on many areas of my life rather than having a really imbalanced life and only focusing on business or only relationships or only this or only that. Instead, I can focus on all of them. Of course, there will be different stages and phases in your life and business where you need to prioritize certain areas more than others, of course. However, running events has allowed me to like have so much time because I don't have all these back-to-back sales calls and things like that. And so, you know, I get to go for 2-hour walks a day. I get to see friends every day. I get to spend quality time with my partner every day. I get to talk to family. I get to work on my health and my mindset. I get to listen to my body and rest when I need rest because of the strategy that I have created. And that is super, super cool. And it was really awesome that when we decided to move interstate, I didn't need to pause my business. I didn't need to stop anything. I didn't need to stop supporting clients or stop bringing in new clients. I signed more clients than ever before. I ran an event all during that time. I'm not saying I would recommend running an event and moving state at the same time, but I had already had it planned. Again, wow, the fucking theme today is just Sophia is too organized. Anyways, I had already had it all set in stone. So I ran the event like while my house was basically empty. The only thing I left in there was my desk and my computer for the event. Not a good idea. Obviously, it all went well. The launch was very, very successful. It brought in over $60,000. But the point is like, you know, I was able to do both at once. Like I was able to move interstate. I was able to give myself a couple of weeks to really settle in here. And, you know, I'm able to do all these things and move without it impacting anyone or anything because of the lifestyle that I've created. And so I found that to be the coolest thing. And that was when I was like, wow, I need to record an episode on this so people truly realize what is possible when they run online events. So yeah, I'm feeling super grateful for what this, you know, marketing strategy has provided for me. But it's not just the marketing strategy, right? It's the commitment to it. It's the dedication to it. It's the mastery to it that really makes it work, right? Because there are plenty of strategies that work, but not everyone succeeds in them because, you know, they don't invest in themselves. They don't work on themselves. They don't lean into it. They're not consistent with it. That's probably the biggest one. It's like people just aren't consistent in something enough. Like I've been running online impactful events for 3.5 years now at the time of recording this. And I just feel like that is truly why I am where I am today, because I didn't just dabble in it. Like I've truly committed to it. It was the first thing I did in my business and it's still the thing I'm doing every single month today. So that's my point there. And of course, I'm not saying you have to do something for 3.5 years in order to reap results. Like I've been getting results from this from day one as well, but it's just skyrocketed over time, of course, as I've learned more around my psychology, my strategy, my energy, and so forth. And I find my clients get faster results than I do these days because they don't have to go through all of the hard work and the trial and error like I did. I just give them what works and they can go straight to that. And then number 5 is I get to have a lot of fun and be able to really express my creativity. So what I mean by that is I love running online events. Like I love helping people. I love delivering content. I love, you know, using my voice to express myself, you know, hence me loving the podcast. Like I love all of that so much. And when you have fun, I find that you grow faster and better than ever before. Like it just, I don't know. It's when you're having fun and you're in alignment and things feel good, you just get results. People are magnetized towards you. They can feel it in your energy, in your voice, in how they see you express. Like they can just feel it. And so I find that because I have so much fun, that's why it works. And that's why at the end of the day, you've really got to find a strategy that feels good to you. It has to feel super good to you because that's when it's going to work. Right? And then in regards to expressing my creativity, you know, I get to come up with a different theme of an event every single month. Like, what do I feel like talking about? What do I feel like helping people with? And I get to be creative with the graphics, the visuals, the brand, the name, the byline, like the outline, you know, the delivery. I get to really be creative and that keeps business fun. So many people hate the marketing and strategy and sales side of things. They can't stand doing all of that stuff. Whereas I lean into that because I've created a marketing strategy that feels good to me, right? And if you don't like what you have to do most of the time, you're going to struggle. So make sure you choose a marketing strategy that feels freaking good. They are the 5 ways running online events to grow my business has truly changed my life. So just to summarize, it's given me a lot of time freedom. It's given me a lot of financial freedom. It's given me a lot of fulfillment because the strategy I follow helps others regardless. It's allowed me to prioritize all areas of my life due to the time and freedom that I have. And I have a lot of fun and able to express my creativity, which is really, really good for your soul. I hope that these 5, ways my life has changed due to, choosing a marketing strategy has really helped you today. If you decide from this, episode that you would like to give running events a go, I have an entire program on it now that you can purchase where I teach you everything from planning to promoting to presenting online impactful events. I literally put it all on the table for you. It's a step-by-step process. You can go through the course every single time you want to run an event. Like, you can just go through it. There's some incredible inclusions as well and bonuses and tech tutorials, and you'll get lifetime updates, you get lifetime access. Like, it's a really incredible program. It's called Rise with Events. I would freaking love for you to join this program. You can learn everything you want to about it with the link in the show notes or the description. Otherwise, come message me on Facebook or Instagram. I'm at Sofia Rose Bernardi. I would love to chat because this program is like the program that's going to give you everything. I don't know anyone else on the market that has a program like this, and so I wanted to create it. And truthfully, I created it for my clients originally of every time they want to run an event, they can just quite simply go through the entire process start to finish. And then I was like, wow, this is way too good to just be for my clients. Like, this needs to be put out there in the world. Like, this is life-changing, and now it's available. So I would love for you to join Rise with Events. So all the information about all of the things is in the link in the show notes. So go check it out. If you have any questions, message me. And otherwise, my friends, I'm so grateful for you. I will speak to you next week. Bye. Hi guys, I'm so excited to introduce you to my brand new offer, Rise with Events, the ultimate program for planning, promoting, and presenting highly impactful online events to scale your coaching business sustainably. In this program, I'm going to be walking you through the online events formula, which is key to running sustainable and fun events that sign clients on repeat. With my proven formula, you'll learn the mindset necessary for a successful launch, the exact sales process I use in my own business, and how to create impactful events that align with your lifestyle and goals. You're going to learn everything it is you need when it comes to marketing, sales, and events so that you can grow your business and help more people. I have been running events from day one in my business where I signed my first clients and now make anywhere between $30,000 and $80,000 in a month. I want this for you too. I have had several clients now who have made $5,000 from an event, $10,000, $12,000, $15,000, $20,000, $25,000 per event. And this is all what is possible for you too when you join Rise with Events. You can learn everything it is you need to know about this program. If you join now, you're going to be getting both the live version of this program, which I'm only going to be doing once, and you get lifetime access to the course as well, which you'll get immediate access to when you join now. We are currently on early bird offer, and I would love to support you. Head to the link in my show notes to learn more about this program, and feel free to DM me with any questions you may have. I hope to see you there.